Crossfire. This one, there's a few things in this that can catch you off guard and just screw you over towards the end, which is a problem, because by the end you've done the hard bit of fighting both the Marines and the aliens, and you just want it to be, like, done, because it's like, oh, this is the, like, simple throw a switch bit. Yeah. Were it so simple.
Are you receiving me? We've made it to Gamma Labs. The displacement beacon we need to perform a resonance reversal is near your position. We need to raise the beacon in order to use it. I can't seem to do it from here, and the maintenance hatch to the basement controls is locked. You'll have to raise the beacon manually. Find it, and I'll contact you again.
We got a big ambush with Marines. First thing off, not a great way to start a level. That's the chewy bit, so to speak, out of the way. Yeah, so now we get some overlap of Marines and aliens, and then it's going to transition to pretty much just aliens for the last 2 levels. God damn it. Like, there's a weird inertia to movement that I don't remember being in Half-Life on PC. Oh my god. Come on. It's a catwalk. You walk on it. Like a cat. Didn't actually have to use 2 shells there. I keep forgetting that this is like difficulty locked on normal. No, you be dead. Roll over and play dead. Yeah, Dr. Cross doesn't need that quite as much as Dr. Green. Of course, with the high-def models for the shotgun, they made it a bit less glossy on the barrel and gave it the distinctive perforated stock folded over the top, naturally. My god, Dr. Green, slow your roll. Even when controlled by the AI, she's a goddamn killing machine. It's no wonder she survived and Cross didn't. Oh, yeah, holy shit. Cackling maniacally as she shotguns soldiers. Real scientific. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, Half-Life Decay being short, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it felt like bad on Blue Shift, but this story had been told and retold at this point so many times that maybe it was time to just, like, tell an abbreviated tale. Yeah, she took a hit there. I did not quite handle that as well as I could have. I mean, I knew those guys were going to teleport behind, but I didn't set up Gina or anyone to cover me. Oh well, we're alive. The moment. Ah, yeah. Go the wrong way again. Yep. Okay, now something a lot of people notice, and it took a while before I found out what you're supposed to do up here. There's like a gash in this fencing, and you see a bunch of batteries on the other side, and you think, oh, well, I gotta break through the fence, or there's a door, maybe I gotta go through the door. It's scripted that what you have to do is move this explosive barrel to the door in order to get the thing going. The problem is, the barrel doesn't quite react, or it's scripted not to work unless you've, like, come in here. There we go. Push it over, and now we have access to the batteries. Gina needs to do the work, so...
Power 55%. Power 70%.
Very gently. Okay, so this will only temporarily relieve the pressure. This will permanently relieve it. I didn't even know he'd thrown that. Still missed. Knew it. Yeah, trained soldier using a explosive barrel as cover.
Power
Okay.
5%.
And we're there at the switch. Well, it's actually a whole device. We got a little bit of problem solving to do here. I actually like the design of this thing. Okay, so... yeah. Gina still needs to do some work, so we'll put her on Overwatch. So first we attempt to fruitlessly raise the device. But the door is jammed because the steam pipe that, I guess, powers the pressure or something isn't working.
You'll need to work quickly as we're running out of time. The beacon lift must be jammed because the surface seal won't open. Clear the obstruction and then use the controls to raise the beacon.
So we put her on it, send it back up. Jump. Forward, back down. Now, things to note, you find yourself playing this.
What's going on down there? We can't afford to lose this equipment. It's our only chance. You must find a way to raise the beacon, and for heaven's sake, try to keep it in one piece.
Shut up, Dr. Keller. So, one thing. This is a door that we'll be using later. Don't stand anywhere near it, because I've beaten this only to have that open and basically splatter the other character. Second, you might be tempted to leave the character here, or even just stand here if you're actually running two players. For the love of God, don't. Get the character out of the room, park him there. Because when we overload the pressure here, that pipe is going to fall into the area where we were just standing. So, as a safety precaution, when we go down, open the gate immediately. And then we basically have a repeat of the elevator. Can I make that jump without taking fall damage? If I land on the railing. Ah.
My equipment tells me that the displacement beacon is up and in working order. Good job. Come upstairs to Gamma Labs. We haven't much time.
Ta-da! Gamma Labs is an interesting but juvenile puzzle in it. And here we are at Intensity. There's only technically this one and one more mission left in Decay apart from the special mission, which I will be playing, but first we have Intensity. We've transitioned now back into fully alien enemies, so that's a plus. No hit scanners. Well, Vorts are hit scanners, but they telegraph their attacks with generous time to respond.
Up those stairs you can access the alien quarantine labs. I fear that the scientists working there may have been overcome by the very creatures they were studying. We need you to get inside those labs and activate a beam matrix which powers the displacement beacon. You won't find much help in activating the system, but I'm sure with your training it will be a simple matter.
Well, that depends, kids. Did they teach you how to mix colors in school?
I'll briefly unlock the doors for you. I can remotely operate the elevator that will take you to the lab area. Then it's up to you to turn on the device. I'll remotely operate the elevator once both of you are inside.
Yep. I hear grunts. A little slow to respond there, Dr. Cross. You know, it's interesting that this shotgun ejects a shell immediately after firing before it's pumped. Because that's the thing, the Spaz 12, which you see in games and movies all the time, is first and foremost an automatic shotgun. It's a gas-operated, self-cycling weapon. Provided you're using, like, double-aught buck or slugs, you know, so-called defensive loads. The pump action is really intended for specialty rounds like rubber bullets or beanbags or the kind of less lethal shtick. And yet, games will usually pick either automatic and then balance the weapon around that in the sense of making it weaker, or pump action and making it stronger. Dr. Green is a fucking beast. I'm starting to like her. See, this would suggest that the Vortigons are getting their power from the devices on them, but as we find out in Half-Life 2, they're not. They're just capable of drawing energy from the vortescence. Headcrab zombie. Splayed headcrab. Kind of an alien reference, honestly. Bull squid being, milked, I guess. I mean, when you pull venom out of a snake, you call it milking. Come back! Yeah, that black armor that they have is... It halves all the... Or, what was it? I think it pulls 20 points of damage off of anything that hits them. So certain attacks that deal less than 20 points of damage, that armor blocks it completely. There are those who argue... There are those that argue that the armor just grows out of the grunt like some sort of carapace, but, like, the weird lines leading into, well, I guess where the nipples would be, kind of suggests that it's something artificial grafted onto them, which supports, like, the Black Mesa theory that these are, like, biomechanically, altered Vortigons. Okay, we have to disable the lasers, I think. Okay, so... Yes, to activate the lasers, security override has to... Come on. The security override has to be active, which locks the door. But again, we need somebody on one side and somebody on the other to do a bit of dirty work. So we need to energize, like, a crystalline prismatic array. There's the ladder. So... Our first crystal is the purple one. Now, how do we make purple, kids? Blue. And... red. Once it's charged, there's no need to worry about it. So now we raise the mirror, which is why we need to turn the lasers off, because we're directly in the laser's path once the mirror is raised. Next we need yellow! Or orange, rather. How do we make orange, kids? Lastly, we need... Well, not quite lastly, we need green. How do we make green, kids? And then... once I do this successfully, it's going to cause a bunch of creatures to spawn in. Now we need a solid white beam.
Great, you've done it. Get back to the elevator program.
Now the problem is, we need to leave the lasers on, which means we can't bypass the lockout, but one of the doors we pass can only be opened from the other side, so we have to have the two characters meet in between. I'm gonna magnum this. Seems like the most sensible choice. I hit him in the armored codpiece. Yeah, no, that doesn't look like it's growing out of him. Looks too inorganic. I guess those theorists are just wrong. Doctor? Doctor? Because nothing is ever that straightforward. Oh yeah, that's already depleted.
Good work. With the beam matrix active, we can attempt a resonance reversal. We seem to have become quite an effective team.
Oh. That was a misclick. Okay, so because there's no checkpoints, I just had to do all of that all over again, and for those of you with perhaps a morbid curiosity, what happens when you shoot the NPCs, now you know.
With the beam matrix active, we can attempt a resonance reversal. We seem to have become quite an effective team, but everything comes down
except
to
when
this.
I accidentally blow your fucking head off.
It may already be too late. We must act now.
Okay. I can't believe I just misclicked and had to do that all the fuck over again.